The vampire stream. The vampire stream. Yeah. The vampire stream. Yeah, I'm sleepwalking. That's what I'm doing. On the vampire stream. I don't have 2 streams. I don't know what y'all talking about. I'm sharp as fuck right now. I don't have 2 streams open. I got 1 vampire stream. For all the late night owls and the ghouls and the vampire stream. I need my serum. Damn, I'm thirsty as fuck. The vampire stream. The the vampire stream. Why y'all keep saying I have 2 streams open? Fuck all that. I didn't start 2 streams. I can't be 2 vampires. I'm not the Charlo twins. There's only one of me. Where's this other alleged stream that y'all talking about? Hold on, let me look. How can you? I have 1 internet. How the fuck can I even be on 2 streams? The vampire stream. They all say live. Because I'm not going to go back and change every single... Y'all tripping. The other ones aren't live. When you title it, it's going to say live. The vampire stream. When I title the video, it's going to say live. So after it ends, I leave the live up. It says live, blah, blah, blah. Anthony Joshua. I leave that up because 1, so people can distinguish that from my regular videos. 2, I'm not going back through each live, doing this many lives just to delete the word live. I got shit to do. Nah, Ego, the video deadass has the red mark on it that says live. Oh, well, that's different. Listen, I told you YouTube is tripping. I told you. We got... I don't know what the fuck they watching. You know what I'm saying? The other live... This is what I'm saying. YouTube, I told you, YouTube been tripping with this live shit. Not my subs ain't getting it, you know? So it looks like we have all these subscribers and, you know, it doesn't go out to a fraction, a couple people. No one gets the live, you know? We just push. Go home, YouTube, you're drunk. The vampire stream. Listen, I'm doing pretty good. I've been getting back organized and it feels great. I was packing for this week. The vampire stream. I'm a night owl. I was trying to go to sleep. There's this pretty girl that told me to go to sleep, but I can't. So I had to do this. How you gonna put double ego and then put 3 egos? That makes no sense. That's triple. That's triplets. Get it together. The vampire stream. Listen, let's jump right into it. Hold on, can I get some chapstick? That's how you gotta do it. You gotta put the chapstick on crazy. You ever see a motherfucker put the chapstick on and be talking and shit? Yeah, where y'all going? Where Kenny and them doing? Like, if you... The vampire stream. Like, if you just put the chapstick on, don't be talking with me. Why y'all... Man, I don't know where this other stream is. I don't know. I don't even know. What would they be watching? That's what I'm saying. Oh, wow. YouTube. Look. YouTube really is tripping. See, that's some fucked up shit, bro. YouTube is really... This is... See... What the fuck was that? See, this shit is stupid. That's what I'm saying, man. I see what y'all are talking about. So you gotta guess. I see what y'all are talking about. So you gotta guess. Oh wow, but it's really connected to the. So you gotta guess. Oh wow, but it's really wow. It's hold on. They're both literally active. Hold on. I gotta stop this. Oh, YouTube, you motherfuckers. No, I heard y'all was trying to tell me. I see. Okay, listen. I heard what people were saying. What the fuck is happening? Hey, hello? I don't know what the hell. It really was airing both. It was airing the same thing on two separate streams. I heard it. This is some bullshit, bro. How the fuck am I streaming 2 times? I'm telling. That's what I told y'all. YouTube be on that dumb shit. Listen. I'm gonna show YouTube this video, you motherfuckers. Look, I ain't never seen this. They want us to go through the most struggle. Look at Anthony Joshua sleepy. He in the condo sleepy. Canelo beating Rocky Fielding ass. This is unheard of. I'm gonna screenshot this for YouTube. How you got me on live twice? What the fuck is this? Man, they better give me 2 times the ad revenue. What the fuck? See, that's what I'm saying. Little dumb shit. I'm telling you. And YouTube always they keep fucking with shit that's not even anything wrong. Like nothing's wrong with it. You know? And then they start changing that. And then the stuff that YouTubers would want you to have fixed, they don't fix that, but then they start doing extra shit. Anyway, let's just jump into it. This is actually bothering me because I have like OCD with certain things. Someone said AJ don't want to be alone. Hey, y'all ain't shit. But anyway, I'm doing pretty good. I've just been organizing, trying to get ready, trying to pack, just try to be more ahead of the curve, you know, especially entering the new year. Hey, these last few weeks of this year, get y'all shit together. I heard of 2 Chainz, but they got me in here 2 streams. The fuck. Anyway, get y'all shit together for the rest of the year. It's imperative. Who wants to start a new year on the bad foot? That's what the fuck I'm doing. I've been going ham, trying to get organized. Look, I got a clipboard. I found my old clipboard. That's how you know it's going down, man. We doing maintenance, new media. I won't fail. Hey, put whatever you want up. I ain't failing. I put that on anything. I'm not gonna fail. Put your money, bet against me. I want that. We feeling too sharp. Place your bets. If you hoping we fail, new media fails, put your money up. Bet that. I like that. I love those odds. Because we control this. Anyway. I'm going to say this. I got to give it to y'all objective. Canelo, he fought someone we knew he would beat. Now, there's a lot of Canelo man fans. I like Canelo, but these guys, man fans, they want to like buy Canelo gifts and shit, and he's a millionaire. That's the level of, you know, stand type shit. Hey Canelo, I'm too good to call her right your ass. Like, they're on some different shit. I like Canelo. They're like infatuated, in love with Canelo. So if you're a man fan, this might offend you. If you just like Canelo, then you should be good. Listen, I'm gonna tell you, there's two. Like I said, I gotta be objective. Canelo could fight his ass off. That being said, we knew he would beat Rocky Fielding. The only thing you could do is play this bullshit what if factor because the motherfucker was 6'3". But there's nobody that I know of that's reputable, that's credible, that was sitting up here talking about Rocky Fielding was gonna beat him. We knew his ass was getting sent back to Green Bay. Like, you ain't hurt. Get your ass up. It ain't even wet over here. Canelo ain't hit you that hard. Get up. It ain't even wet over here. You knew at the end of the fight we would be kicking Rocky Fielding like Ezel on Friday. Man, get your punk ass up. It ain't even wet over here. Canelo ain't even hit you that hard. Get up. Ow, my neck. My ribs. My neck and my ribs. My neck and my back. We knew the outcome of that fight. So be clear on that. The card was trash. Be clear on that too. You know, it just wasn't good. Like, you know, in terms of some like paying product, it wasn't good. Oh, but 20,000 people. That's cool. 20,000 people paid to see a one-sided ass whooping. So if you just go for that, then you got your money's worth, because that's what that was. But it was horrible. Canelo looked great. Canelo looked sharp as fuck. He looked good. You know, he's impressive. But see, for me, I always try to put stuff in perspective. I can't, you know, go running through the town like, oh, Canelo, you know, and doing all this off of that, no matter how good he looked, just because he was in there with, you know, a guy that was unproven. And I know this hurts some, you know, fans of Canelo, because they're going to get mad, but use the same logic when you motherfuckers didn't want to see Floyd Mayweather fight Berto because you felt you knew the outcome. Berto is 1,000 times more proven than Rocky Fielding. And guess what? Floyd, at the very least, is smaller than Berto. You know, Berto's in shape with speed and known power at that division. Canelo moved up. The height didn't really matter because Rocky Fielding wasn't fighting tall. So again, you got to put the win in perspective. Canelo looked sensational. But who did he look sensational again? If he did that to Zurdo Ramirez, you know, if he did that to Caleb Smith, then that's some next level shit. You know, if he did that to Charlo, Danny Jacob, then everybody should be raving. If he broke Charlo down like that, 4 times knocked down, and, you know, stopped him in the 3rd round, then everybody should be like, whoa, this dude ain't playing, you know. That being said, I do give Canelo credit for this. You know, despite it being a gross mismatch, his skills bled through. You have to be, he's elite. We know this. He's elite, and he has elite level skills, which is the reason he's able to do that. You know, you got to give him credit just for this, but like I said, give him credit, but don't go overboard with it. You know what I'm saying? I give him credit because, let's be real, like, there's a lot of great fighters at 160, but if, let's say, Toriano Johnson, Gabe Rosado, Luis Cuba Arias, you know, just any of the solid fighters, Billy Joe Saunders, even if Billy Joe Saunders moved up to 168 and fought Rocky Fielding, do you think he would knock him down 4 times and stop him easily in the 3rd round? You know, so obviously Canelo has elite level skills just to make it look like that. So he did what he was supposed to do, and he proved that he had elite level skills, which to me, I already knew that. You get what I'm saying? But you got to give him, you know, a slice of credit for stepping out of his comfort zone and bodying the man like he was supposed to, as opposed to making it tougher. Because, like, even fights with, like, Tevin Farmer, that's my guy. He's very skilled, but I thought Tevin Farmer made his fight harder than it needed to be. Canelo did exactly what he was supposed to do with that level, You know, he don't get paid by the hour. Chop this man up, chop down the cherry tree, and get him the fuck out of here. So Canelo showed elite level skills by doing it in the fashion he did it. But we already knew that. And like I said, put it in perspective, I highly doubt. I mean, it's not even a matter of highly doubt. I'm telling you for a fact, he wouldn't have done all that effortlessly, or that's how it looked to me, without getting marked back or anything to any top 3 guy at 160 or 168. Not saying he can't beat none of them. I'm just saying it wouldn't have looked like the guy just had no business being in the ring. I mean, what performance has Canelo done that where he fought an elite guy, top 3 guy, and he just massacred him, and they had no hope, and it looked like they didn't even belong in the ring. He didn't even do that with Amir Khan. Amir Khan was winning the first 4 rounds. So again, some of y'all are going crazy. Put the win in perspective. He showed that he was elite and that guy wasn't supposed to be in there. Period. No more, no less. The Vampire Strip. But I like Canelo. I like the way he fights. He got straight. Like Canelo, I'd be forgetting how young he is, because he has like more of an old soul. He's just chill about his business, go in there, you know, try to win. Not playing. He ain't playing. He ain't showboating. He just, you know, I respect that. I love showboaters too. But Canelo don't be doing all that. He just go in there and try to fuck you up. You know, get his shots off. Canelo's a dog. Also, that being said, Canelo's rated higher than Lomachenko on my list. I don't know. You know, HBO Boxing is no longer in the picture. I don't know about no ESPN, what they talking about. But if you, listen, if you put Lomachenko above Canelo, to me, you stupid. Remember that Vine where he was like, what's 2 + 2? And that little kid, the black kid, was like, 21? And he was like, you stupid. That's how I feel. If anybody at this point, you know, I really feel like I can't even say 21, you stupid. If I don't know, I can't even rationalize it. You know, I can't even rationalize it. You know, if you put Canelo behind Lomachenko at this point, then I don't even know what you're like, outside of favoritism, or, you know, I'm from the same area, or I'm part of his camp, or this is my favorite fighter. I can't even understand what you would be looking for, because, you know, Lomachenko, he's doing good for himself, but in 13 fights and a loss, hell no. Because look at Canelo, he has 1 loss too, but he lost to this generation's best fighter, arguably TBE, when it comes to pure boxing skills. You get what I'm saying? So if you have Vasyl Lomachenko or Triple G, you know, above Canelo, I don't even know what you're looking for at this point. Triple G just lost to Canelo, so I mean, that sounds stupid already, you know. And Canelo's 28 with a better resume, and he's moved up. Triple G stayed in the same weight division, and he lost to Canelo, you know, arguably twice to some people, you know, moving up. Canelo's clear. You know, I think I still would put Terrence Crawford in terms of pound for pound skill. I think I would still put him number 1, but it's close. I wouldn't be mad if you put Canelo. The reason I say it's close is because, to me, Crawford is showing like crazy separation, and Canelo he does have some wins that, you know, are Triple G draw, you know, that's arguable to some people. I definitely thought he lost to Lotta, but it was close, you know what I'm saying? So he had some ones like that where he hasn't had the most separation. So for pound skill, I probably still have Terrence Crawford, but, you know, either way, both of them I think on a reasonable list. Listen, some of these dudes, like, this is why we just do what we do, you know. Get our little super chats, channel members. I try to get y'all footage and insight and give my thought, and we keep it pushing. Because I don't know what half these people in boxing be talking about, media or non-media, just fans. Like, I don't know what they're looking for. I don't know what they talking about. That's why I just focus on us. You know, new media, Boxing Ego, Ego's Army. I got us. That's the only thing I can control. Because people be like, I seen people putting Inui at number 5. I really fuck with Inui. You know, do I think he has the skill to be pound for pound top 5 or something? Sure. But these writers, and it's like crazy. How wrong are you? You know, Inui ain't even finished this fucking World Boxing Series Super Series tournament, and you saying he's top 5? Like what? Like, I don't think it's fair to have somebody a top 5 pound for pound list. This is why I don't even like this pound for pound bullshit, because it's too subjective and people just be making up shit. But the way I would view a pound for pound list, if I did one, is you can't put someone that high up there off of pure projection, because Inui looked nice with it, but then he don't have the, you know, no crazy resume. He ain't beat Rigondeaux or something, you know, like he don't have no crazy resume yet. So again, these like, especially HBO, they were the worst, you know. That's why it's funny. Like, I'm not trying to, like, I don't have to hate on someone's like demise or whatever, but HBO boxing, everyone's out trying to act all sympathetic and shit. I've been telling HBO boxing for years on my channel, years, things they could do to improve, and they chose not to listen. They thought, you know, they were above it. So, you know, I didn't cry. You know, I have fond memories with HBO, but I also have, you know, a bad taste in my mouth with how they went out. You know, putting hella shit on pay-per-view that was never. Canelo, Liam Smith, really? Canelo Khan pay-per-view, Terrence Crawford, Victor Postal. Those would have all been straight for HBO boxing. They went out like suckers to me. Shout out to Jesse Rincon, $2 super chat. New Media Vampire Stream. Horrible decision making, horrible execution. Lost all their fighters. You know, bad decision making. They just stopped being who they were. You know, like I said, it's like From Dusk Till Dawn. Juliette Lewis's brother, he's getting pulled by the vampires and they bite him on the neck, and she's trying to save him. That's not your brother anymore. That's how I felt about HBO boxing. They stopped doing, like, HBO used to be raw. Like, even the intros got weak to me. You know what I'm saying? They used to have dope intros with semi trucks and like highlights and shit like that. It's like they start getting lazy with all that type of shit. You know what happened to HBO boxing after dark? You know what I'm saying? It's like they stopped, or at least stopped calling it. Boxing After Dark used to have dope ass fights, like memorable, like kind of like historic fights, like fights that, you know, stood the test of time. They used to have some real dope shit. Then they kind of went away from that. The 24/7 used to be 3 or 4 episodes, and it just went to 1 or 2 episodes, if that, or Journey to Danny Jacobs versus Selesky. You know, just Canelo versus Triple G, the biggest fight on your whole fucking network, and you don't do a face-off. That's horrible, bro. How you come up with face-off and you got Sky Sports who bid off you, you know, the gloves are off, stole your whole concept, and they do more they do more gloves are offs than you do face-offs. That's terrible, bro. Like, you're the originator, and then they do more gloves are off than you do face-offs. They're doing one for Dillian White, Joseph Parker, Dillian White, Chisora, and you got Canelo and Triple G 1 and 2, and you didn't do one face-off. They actually, in the second fight, they filmed face-off, but then, you know, a couple weeks later, Canelo failed his drug test, so they scrapped it. And then when the fight was rescheduled after his suspension, they never reshot one. You had Ward Kovalev, no face-off. Do you understand how intense that face-off would have been with Andre Ward and Sergey Kovalev? They didn't like each other. Kovalev's, you know, borderline racist. You know, Ward don't back down. That could have been good. Ward would have been talking slick. You know, it would have been, they both speak English. That would have been a good face-off to me, because it has the right chemistry and tension between the two. And they didn't, you know, they tried to do one, and then they couldn't schedule them on the same time or some bullshit, and then they never shot it. You know, so HBO completely kind of fell off to me. Ego, can Canelo become undisputed? It's going to be tough. because there's some styles that, you know, I don't know that he beats, but we'll see. But yeah, man, I really got to put Canelo above Lomachenko. That's just facts. Like, see, this is the thing. Canelo lost to Floyd, yes, but to me, Canelo is still harder to beat than Lomachenko. That's what it looks like to me. I can think of more guys around lightweight that could beat or have Lomachenko probably look human than Canelo, than, like, you know, just like I don't know. That's a good question in the super chat. Clayton Morrow, $5 super chat. Thank you. It says, not hating on Canelo, but what do you think of the hand wrap controversy? HBO was biased towards certain fighters, so I don't feel bad for them. Canelo's an A side, you know, so he knows it, and he knows what he's worked for. He's been the B side of the Cotto promotion, B side for the Floyd promotion. So I think he just feels like, you know what, them guys are retired, or basically retired. I'm the top earner in the sport, so now it's my turn to do that, you know. So the stacking, I actually, instead of blaming, I mean, it's weird, but I actually blame the commissions more than I blame Canelo, because what I've always learned in boxing is if you can get away with something, not like, I'm not talking about cheating, like I'm not talking about like outright taking PEDs. I'm talking about like if you're in the ring and then you know you hit someone on the belt line and the ref didn't call it, or if you're clinching a little bit too much or whatever, then you're gonna keep doing it. So there's this loophole where certain regions allow for the stacking, like Nevada. California and New York don't, but Nevada does. So I really think that there needs to be some kind of unifying body. Like, you know how we have NATO? There needs to be some kind of United Nations type shit that unites these different states, so we can have some basic ground rules, at least for fundamental things like that. You get what I'm saying? Because if it's just determined state to state, that's kind of weird. You know, boxing has a lot of weird shit like that. Like, you know, even the Billy Joe Saunders shit. So in the UK, you could just take this shit, but it sound, from what Victor Conte said, he made it sound like the shit he got busted for is hardcore, but in America you can't take it. You know, I really wish boxing had some kind of like I said, like some kind of NATO type of thing where it would like bond and unify all of these rules. So it's like across the board, people knew. So Canelo, his team, you know, he don't really fight in New York. They tried it, you know, and Carlos Rosales, shout out to you, $10 super chat. You know, realistically too, I will say that, and I'm not, trust me, I'm not making no excuses for Canelo. The stacking shit, it's a gray area or a touchy subject, but I will say this. No, he's not. This is not like Margarito type shit we're talking about. You know, like where he had plaster of Paris that hardens. That's different. You know, people, they hear something and like, how do you say it? Like, let's say you didn't like somebody, and then somebody said, oh, I heard this code, because this happened at a job. You know, there's a guy that was kind of weird, and then someone said, oh, he's gay. And then people like, see, you know, and they start saying he's gay, but I don't even think he was gay. You know what I'm saying? But people said he was. But that's what I'm saying. If you already feel a type of way about somebody and then something comes up, then you're like, I got him. You get what I'm saying? That's how a lot of people act, at least. So, you know, I think a lot of people are making a lot about the hand wraps. But just peep this. Canelo, you think his fucking team has just learned this? You know, that he has this. Canelo has the same Reynoso's, Chepo, and Eddie. He's been with the same team since he was a kid. So do you think this is just something they started doing for the Golovkin fight? So realistically, he probably was using this method of rapping, and it wasn't until Abel Sanchez, Mr. Mexican style, who pointed it out that there was a discrepancy or he didn't like it. Now all of a sudden people know about the fiasco or whatever you want to call it, so now they're checking for it. But if Abel Sanchez wasn't nitpicking on Canelo's gloves and Canelo's hand wraps and stuff like that, then do you really think Rocky Fielding would have been like, hey, you know, look at this stacking? So, you know, to me, the Rocky Fielding shit was probably just them petitioning because they knew about it. Do you get what I'm saying? Like brother Naseem Richardson, when he was with Mosley, he discovered foul play with Margarito's gloves by why he was like seeing like, oh shit, hold on, that's not looking right. You know, do you think Rocky Fielding's team honestly, you know, would have picked that out, or are they just pretty much piggybacking because Golovkin's camp noticed it and pointed it out? Do you get what I'm saying? So that's what I really feel happened. But I doubt Canelo just started doing this. You know, he might have had it for the Mayweather fight, but in that fight it didn't matter because Floyd wasn't there to just be getting hit because he has a defense. You get what I'm saying? You know, but at the end of the day, it's a gray area. So I wish there was like one uniform rule across the board, so you know everybody could abide by that. It's either illegal or it's not. You know, but whatever. And it's funny too. See, because here's another to piggyback off my last point. Triple G's team, because you see, Triple G's team, they knew that there was controversy with the Adelaide Birds scorecard in Nevada, so they played it up. Do you get what I'm saying? Because Abel started nitpicking everything. Remember, he said, I don't want Canelo wearing those gloves from Mexico, those, you know, his trainer's brand, no boxing, no life gloves, right? He said he didn't want them wearing it because they haven't been tested in the U.S., right? But guess what? Guess what Canelo wore yesterday in New York? The same gloves. Remember Abel Sanchez was talking about, hey, the gloves might rip apart, you know, shit like that. Who knows if these gloves are safe? What if they rip apart and buy him time? And realistically, in the Triple G2 fight, nothing even... I don't know how to explain it. So, you know, Canelo wore the same gloves that Abel complained about, or the same brand of gloves, his trainer's brand of gloves, against Rocky Fielding. And I doubt that was the thing. That Canelo did his media days in those gloves. He spars with them. You know, it's his trainer's shit. So there was no problems with the gloves ripping or whatever Abel was complaining about. So, you know, I think that, to me, I think that was kind of Abel just looking for some kind of psychological edge. So now, you know, people know about it. They're going to press the issue like, hey, yeah, look how he's... That's what I really think. And honestly, this stacking method, does anybody believe that's the reason Rocky Fielding lost? Because to me, he just looked clumsy. He looked like he looked bewildered and completely overwhelmed. He looked like he couldn't take a body shot. He looked like he, you know, really didn't have a game plan. He wasn't fighting tall. He looked awkward and almost clumsy in there. So, you know, would that really have done anything? Anyway, so that's just my 2 cents on it. But I do rate Canelo, and I do rate him over Lomachenko. Who Crawford beat? Go to BoxRec. Why you need me to tell you who he beat? You don't watch boxing? When's the last time Canelo unified a division? Oh, that's right. When was the last time he was undisputed? Oh, that's right. See, I'm telling y'all can do this amongst your friends and shit and people that don't really know about boxing, but don't step up to the plate unless you know your shit, because you will get bodied by real ones. Brian, what up? Yeah, but you asking who Crawford beat, you should know that. mean, you're a boxing fan, right? The Vampire Stream. I mean, shit. Who you asking who Crawford beat? Who Lomachenko beat? Who did Lomachenko beat that you thought had a serious chance to beat him? That had momentum. You know, they were much bigger and stronger than him. Who? You know, since you have questions, we all got questions. Let's ask all the questions. Who don't want smoke with Davis? Ego, do you feel a fighter should only be considered pound for pound if he at least moves up in weight, one weight class? No, I mean, I don't have any kind of like hard and fast rules, but by and large, I would say more often when you flex your weight, that makes you make a stronger case easily. Because if you stayed in one weight class, unless we're talking about heavyweight, you know, because there is no other weight class to go up, you're already at the capped out. And heavyweight's different because I think you could still be pound for pound because them guys are just hitting like the punching power at heavyweight is levels. Like a Steve Cunningham's punching power is at one level, Wilder's punching power is at another. So it's almost like having weight classes within because they punch so hard. And there's such a variety of punchers up there, you know. But outside of heavyweight, I think you make a stronger case when you have moved up. If not, you better be on some like Marvin Hagler, someone who stayed in the same weight division, but he fought the Fabulous Four type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you fought everybody you needed to fight. So, you know, it makes it probably easier when you've moved up because we have more of a variety. Like, damn, he can punch at this division, or he can take a punch, or his defense still works against bigger guys. So yeah, I think it makes a better case for you. Like you look at Andre Ward, we've been able to see Andre Ward get tested at 68 by the top guys, and then also get tested by the top guy at 75. So I think it makes your chances easier as opposed to Golovkin, because Golovkin, since you've only been in that weight class since the amateurs, then we can only judge you by the middleweights you fought. And he really didn't even start fighting no middleweights until Daniel Jacobs. And the thing is, Jacobs is my dude. I knew he could give a issue to Triple G, but even that fight, people said that Jacobs was going to get blown out. You know what I'm saying? They said he was going to get crushed. So realistically, out of Golovkin's whole resume, the only person that beforehand people probably thought could beat him was Canelo. That's literally the only guy that I've ever seen Golovkin face where beforehand people even gave the other person really much of a shot. And I'm not talking about onesie, twosie. A couple people said Kell Brook can beat Golovkin. You know, I'm talking about like an educated breakdown, like not biased. Like you didn't just, I'm from the UK, so I'm rooting for the UK. I'm not talking about that type of stuff. I'm talking about a realistic, you know, credible, unbiased. This guy is going to work Golovkin over. Now, you're not in his team. You're not, you know, from Philly, so you're rooting for Gabers. I'm talking about you really thought this guy would beat. You know, that's almost unheard of in boxing, to be honest. Even Charlos, some people complain, oh, who's Charlos fought? Julian Jackson, people really thought would beat Jamal. There were a lot of people. They even said Jamal was ducking Julian J-Rock. Like I said, I can't think of anybody that name someone. You guys name someone. Name someone that Triple G beat that you thought the odds were split. Like it was like outside of Canelo. No one. Yeah, that's what I said. People thought that Charlo was ducking J Rock, so obviously they thought he could beat him, because you're not going to accuse someone of ducking someone you know that they'll beat. And that was actually Charlo's one of his crispiest performances. He looked good in that fight. Yeah, so, you know, new media, the real is back. We talk about the real issues. Canelo has faced some guys that stylistically could probably beat him or should beat him. Like, even at the time, and I'm pretty good with my predictions, I really thought Angulo at that time, because to me, Canelo was fighting a lot of smaller guys. And Angulo at that time, this was several losses ago, Angulo had power. I thought Angulo might be able to beat Canelo. I picked Angulo to beat Canelo. I really did. And then Canelo tore him up. I was like, damn. I really thought Angulo, like at that, see, you got to put yourself, see, now if I say it, it sounds crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because people are judging by today's Canelo and Angulo. But at that time, Canelo had fought Josecito and Floyd's and Trout, who's not much of a puncher. So I thought that was going to be the biggest puncher. So I knew Canelo was skillfully better, but I didn't know how Canelo, because his chin hadn't really been tested by someone who hits hard like that at that point, to me. Matthew Hatton, Ryan Rhodes, Josecito, you know, Shane Mosley's best weight wasn't 54 or whatever. Baldemir, Floyd, you know, he hadn't really fought like at that time. Carlo, $5 super chat. Ego, remember when you interviewed Joey Spence? It's not Spence Jr., Joey Spencer, and he said Canelo will put hands on Little G like no other. Yep. And they was, you know, some people were like, who is this kid? He doesn't know. Look at him. Listen, I'm being dead serious. In that rematch, up until about the 8th round, I'm like, damn, Triple G finna get stopped. He's looking pretty bad in there. He was looking wilted. He was looking like he was breathing hard. I was like, oh shit, Canelo might fuck around and stop him. Listen, to be honest, I don't even want to see the Triple G rematch. I think Canelo got his number. The way Canelo, again, I'm a realistic fan. I understand he was in Rocky Fielding. I'm not saying he's going to just easily drop Triple G 4 times, but I don't see Canelo losing to Triple G. I think Triple G's best moments have been left in the Jacobs Canelo 1 and 2. I'm telling you, bro, Canelo might stop Triple G in a rematch. The way he was looking good at like, how do you say it? It's one thing when you know you could do something, but then when you actually pull it off and show yourself that you could do it, that takes your confidence to another level. Like, I remember when I started like getting into fights, like being able, like getting approved for credentials and stuff, I had worked, you know, I had worked to try to get improved, like try to get improved. And see, this is the thing. I really did this from the ground up. I didn't jump off nobody's back. I didn't just come in the game with a bunch of like boxing gym contacts and I knew a bunch of coaches. I just knew the sport and knew, you know, some people, like, and developed my community. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what you're capable of, but actually seeing it through and doing it. Canelo's confidence, he already got past Triple G and then got it. And I don't think it was a robbery and all this bullshit they was talking. Oh, but 44 press row people. Well, 44. Good thing 44 press row people weren't the 3 judges. Because I thought Canelo won the fight. See, listen, I'm not saying I'm better than anybody or anything. But do you notice after several big fights, what I say originally, I don't change it because of poor feedback. I don't change it a week later and start saying something different. Because I feel like I'm pretty good with compartmentalizing boxing and emotions and curbing all of that to give you a reflection of what I seen and recap it. These other motherfuckers be like even like what Eddie Hearn does. He'll say, yeah, Tyson Fury is not gonna. I doubt the fight happens, and then the fight happens. Oh, or the fight announced. Oh, I don't think Tyson Fury is gonna make it to the ring walk. I have to see that to believe it. And then he makes it to the ring walk. Oh, the numbers were terrible though. It didn't sell out. You keep changing it. That's called moving the goalposts. Do you notice I don't have to keep doing that? I don't get bullied into feeling different types of ways. I stick my guns. If I'm confident and passionate and I believe what I saw, then I let you know that. Do you notice my opinion hasn't changed? I told you, Canelo, I thought he beat Golovkin. Everybody was screaming robbery. And I'm like, yeah, a lot of y'all are just thinking about the first fight and angry about that because you thought he lost that one. But this was no robbery. Now you don't even hear them same people talking about robbery anymore. You know, that was not no epic robbery and all this shit. Same thing with Tyson Fury Wilder. I told you, I said that was a draw to me. That was a drawish type of fight. Now you hear people coming out saying Anthony Joshua and all these people saying it was a draw. And I told you this immediately. Immediately. I don't have to keep switching up. I think Canelo could stop Jacobs. It's possible, but it ain't gonna look like that Rocky Fielding shit. Listen, it don't matter if you lose by 1 round or if you lose by 6. If you lose, you lose. Golovkin lost, and Golovkin didn't lose by 1 round. So, yeah, man, I think Canelo might stop Golovkin if they I don't even want to see that. Like, man, Golovkin, he just, I don't know. The other thing is, I'm trying to tell you that, how do I say it? Like, if you look at some of the top guys in that kind of circle, that Eastern European, Russian circle of top level fighters, I noticed, at least with them, I can't say everybody from Russia or anything, so I'm not stereotyping everyone, but I'm talking about Lomachenko, Kovalev, Triple G, Lomachenko, Kovalev, and Triple G. When they lose and or, you know, not happy with their performance, I really feel like their whole demeanor changes, you know, and the persona that they had beforehand when things are on the up and up seems totally different to me. And it makes me question how they, like, if they have the mental bounce back ability to take a loss, and, you know, like the mental, like, are they going to be done? You know what I'm saying? Like, are they going to be done after they take a loss type of shit? Just the way those three have acted. Do you get what I'm saying? Damn, Hamza, I try to put it nice. Hamza said these dudes act like spoiled brats when they lose. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, for example, Kovalev's, I mean, we already know. When Kovalev lost to Andre Ward, he denied it. He blamed it on the judges, son of judges, and ha ha ha. Then you had a second crack. You ran it back instantly. Then you said you looked way worse in the rematch, and then you said the ref, it was Tony Week's fault. And, you know, some of the people said low blows, and you said he was a dirty fighter. I was at both of them. Kovalev got booed at the post-fight presser because they said, is Ward the best fighter you fought? And he's like, no. I mean, yeah, sure, he's the best dirty fighter I fought. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just giving the man his props, he said he's the best dirty fighter he fought. He hit you with a right cross that hurt you, you know, but you were trying to make it like he was just fighting you like super dirty. Like, the fact that they're like complaining, the fact that Kovalev's complaining like that and you're the bully, that shows me something about you. Like, when it's not You know, so a lot of people are like that. The bullies don't like to get bullied. And a lot of guys that are front runners, they don't know how to see. Like for me in life, I came from the bottom. You know what I'm saying? So anything is a come up type of thing. Like, you know, I know how to eat top ramen. You know what I'm saying? I know how to do bad and be bad. Not be bad, but I know how to exist without, you know, when things aren't necessarily going my way. You get what I'm saying? Some people can't. Like some people, like if you're a successful businessman, first your house foreclosed or something bad happens, they blow their head off or jump off a bridge or something because they don't know how to handle, you know, having to get an apartment or some shit. Like I don't know. When you come from the bottom, it's like you just consider everything could come up. Like I said, nobody likes to be in a bad position, but I know how to do bad for a while I get back on my feet. You know what I'm saying? Like eat top ramen and, you know, scrape by a dollar menu or some shit until I can get, you know, a working game plan going. Some people can't. You know, if they've been eating steak and lobster and then the checks slow up or something. Like a lot of these kid actors, you look at like Jonathan Brandis, he killed himself. You know, like they don't know, like when they stop getting the roles, the kid actor roles, they start diving into drugs and all types of stuff because, you know, things aren't the same anymore. So it's hard for a lot of people. But anyway, Kovalev, he just seemed like when it's going his way, everything, like when he was beating the shit out of Bernard Hopkins, no complaints about the ref, no complaints about it because he controlled the fight. He said, I'm eating top ramen watching right now on my security job break. That's hella funny. Some people can't. But anyway, Kovalev, he's one of the people that he just seemed like a different person when he started losing, you know. He was he just did it. I was about to make a video, but I didn't even make time for it because it was just kind of crazy. He was promoting the Alvarez fight. They had a press conference, you know, and he was like, he doesn't consider the Ward fight losses or something. I'm like, this dude, Andre Ward, is living in your head rent free. Like, he refuses to take that L. He said, okay, Alvarez beat me. Okay. He beat me, but I overtrained or something. I'm like, you know, it's like Kovalev can't keep doing that to himself. You know, like you overtrained. No, he said his conditioning wasn't good. Like, oh my God, okay. So when you were beating up Bernard Hopkins and Nate Cleverly, Ishmael Salak, your conditioning was on point. As soon as you take 3 losses, it's always something. My conditioning, John David Jackson, he didn't give me help. Do you understand? I'm telling you, this is not a good sign. Okay, he blamed John David Jackson. Then he switched to another trainer, Olympic trainer, a Russian guy. And the Russian trainer, he works with a lot of Olympic gold medalists and stuff. He said, oh, this is much better than John David Jackson because we both speak Russian or whatever the situation is, and it's going great. Then he lost with the Russian trainer, right? The one that he said he likes because he gives him directions and, you know, he knows how to talk to me and whatever. And then he loses to Leader Alvarez. He switched trainers again. Now he's with Buddy McGurk. I don't like that, y'all. I don't like that. I don't think that's a good look. Because, so basically, after every loss, you're just going to switch trainers. You know, you're going to be with Floyd Mayweather Sr. in no time. You know, you're going to be working with Robert Garcia next. That's not a good sign, y'all, at all. He's with, back to a black trainer. You know, John David Jackson, oh, he doesn't help me. He didn't do anything. Then you switch to the trainer. Now you're back with a black trainer. Funny how that works. But, so that's Kovalev. Even Vasyl Lomachenko, I'm trying to tell y'all. The Salido, he's like, oh, yeah, his weight. And, you know, why'd you get knocked down by Linares? Oh, my shoulder. This is not my natural weight. And, you know, he's saying stuff like that. It's not my true weight, and I'm new here. But when you beating the shit out of Rigondeaux, that wasn't his natural weight. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like always seems something. Another thing I noticed that I'm keeping a close watch on with Lomachenko is when he's in the fight, And like if he gets rabbit punched or something like that, even if it's a rabbit punch, he seems to be petitioning and complaining. This ain't the amateurs. You got to fight through that stuff. Like Rigondeaux, I don't know. I don't remember what Rigondeaux was doing, but Rigondeaux would like clinch or something, and he was like, oh, he was trying to pull his arms free, and it was like he was doing too much. He was like trying to yank his arms free, like just doing, like making it so exaggerated. I think the ref even took a point, if I'm not mistaken. I think the ref took a point on Rigondeaux because he was doing, because, you know, Lomachenko was like playing it up, like complaining about it so much. Like, it's a smaller guy. Of course he's going to clinch you in if, you know, at spots. And Lomachenko. But if you fight Mikey Garcia, okay, don't clinch Mikey. If Mikey's trying to get off his big shots, don't clinch him. You know, I mean, that's, come on. Anybody, I've seen the toughest of tough guys clinch or get knocked out. Yeah, Rigondeaux was dipping low. And Rigondeaux dipped low at times and was holding excessively. Loma complaining about it. Bro, no, he wasn't holding excessively, bro. First of all, it was the beginning of the fight. Do you get what I'm saying? Second of all, you're not the fucking referee. You're the fighter. I don't like when fighters are too much. Like, obviously, you don't want someone to be foul. Okay, like here's an example. Shit happens in a fight. Like, someone hits you in the back of the head, they go like this. You know, so the ref knows, like, hey, he hit me low, or they point to it like, hey, he hit me. But that's not how the ref has to handle it. The ref has to handle it. It's not your job to like overly like show it, you know, like overly, like it's like you're trying to force the call. The ref will handle, like if the ref sees it, the ref's supposed to be the person in charge of the action. So you just got to fight, you know. I even seen that like a real quick moment from Ryan Garcia, and I talked about that. Ryan Garcia just fought that Colin Kaepernick looking dude on the Canelo card yesterday, and then he was getting hit low, but then he walked off, like he was almost calling his own timeout. That's not how boxing works. You can't just call a timeout. You get what I'm saying? You have to wait for the ref to do that. So Berto did it with Guerrero. You know what I'm saying? Guerrero was playing rough and, you know, mugging him, smothering him. And Berto was he was doing it to Sean Porter too. You have to just fight through that. I'm not saying, like, some guys are rough and rugged, Salido and all these. Sean Porter's rough. You know, you can't look to the ref for savior, period. You know, and I've seen that with Lomachenko. Like, Pedraza will rabbit punch him, you know, not even like intentionally, it doesn't look like. And then, you know, Lomachenko's like complaining. This is not the amateur. I'm trying to tell y'all. So, like, you never see Floyd. You never see Floyd. He usually fight through it unless it's something extreme, like when Maidana bit his glove. You know, then he was like, "What the fuck?" You know, because that's extreme. Or when Victor Ortiz. See, guys get so frustrated because Floyd's so sharp in his defense. They do excessive things like bite him. Victor Ortiz lunged off and headbutt him while he was on the ropes because he couldn't connect. You know, guys are like that frustrated trying to hit Floyd that they're doing, like, you know, hitting him in the dick on like Zab Judah. You know what I'm saying? Like Lomachenko, I've seen stuff that was way. Would you rather have Zab Judah, a power puncher, southpaw with speed and explosive athleticism, punch you in the dick, or what Rigondeaux did, clinch? Do you get what I'm saying? And Floyd be fighting through that unless it's something extreme. You know, would you rather have Rigondeaux, who's smaller than you, clinching a little bit too much for you or whatever, or you want Victor Ortiz, who's bigger than you, leaping off his feet and headbutting you in the mouth in the middle of the fight? You know what I'm saying? So it's fighting. Floyd fight through most of that unless it's some of those extreme ones that I just mentioned to you. And you know, basically people gotta cheat. Conor McGregor hit him hella low. And I think he complained a little bit, and then Conor tried to jump on him, but then he just got back into fight mode. You get what I'm saying? Lomachenko seems like he's like complaining too much about it. But y'all will see. Just be on the lookout for it. And especially when you start fighting bigger people. Judah desperately hit Floyd low. Yeah, he learned from the Cotto fight because Cotto was hitting his ass in the dick. Shout out to Jaime Sandoval, $2 super chat. Be like Brandon Rios when he fought Peterson's brother. I was just thinking, see, me and Eagles Armory got this. I was thinking the same thing. Brandon Rios was getting deliberately punched in the dick by Anthony Peterson hard. And he was like, it was making him mad, like fight harder. And he was like complaining, like, you motherfucker. He was like cussing him out and shit. See, that's what I'm saying. Bam Bam, he wasn't like walking, trying to get his own timeouts and doing hella extra. And he kept getting it. That was a real offense because that's why he got disqualified, Peterson. Anyway, I'm about to get out of here. I didn't want to make this too long because I still I gotta pack a few things left. I just wanted to do a quick vampire stream for an hour. I went a little over. The vampire stream. Make sure y'all smash the like button. I'll be in New York later this week. Try to give you guys some coverage. We just gonna have some fun. Close the year strong. Can't wait. Peace.